Peel back the glamorous facade of football to reveal its dark underbelly, where deceit taints victories and scandal shatter trust. Join us as we uncover the shadowy world of the beautiful game's most infamous cheating scandals. Heuser's Howler, the scandal that shook Germany. Let's kick off with a scandal that shook German football to its core. Robert Heuser, a rapidly ascending referee in the early 2000s, manipulated the outcome of a crucial cup match between Bundesliga team Hamburg and regional side Paderborn. Hamburg took an early 2-0 lead, but Heuser's dubious decisions, sending off Hamburg's star striker and awarding Paderborn two controversial penalties, turned the tide. Paderborn won 4-2, and Heuser's fall from grace highlighted the potential for corruption, even at higher levels of football officiating. Chickengate, when contaminated chicken stole the show. From Germany, we move to Mexico for one of the most bizarre chapters in football's history of cheating. Mexico's 2011 Gold Cup campaign was thrown into chaos when 5 players tested positive for the performance-enhancing drug clenbuterol, including star goalkeeper Guillermo Ochoa. Team officials claimed contaminated chicken was to blame, adding their excuse to the list of the sport's most dubious offenses. Despite the scandal, Mexico, led by Javier Hernandez and Giovanni Dos Santos, clinched the tournament title, proving their resilience amid controversy. Galactic oh-no's, Marseille's fall from grace. Next, we revisit one of football's most scandalous episodes from 1993. French police unearthed an envelope full of francs in Valenciennes player Christophe Roberts's backyard, revealing a bribery scandal involving Marseille. Robert claimed he and teammate Jorge Barrechaga were offered money by Marseille Jean-Jacques Erdely and general manager Jean-Pierre Bernet to throw a league-deciding game. Marseille, boasting stars like Eric Cantona and Didier Deschamps, won the match 1-0. However, the fallout was severe. Marseille was stripped of their 1992-93 championship, relegated to second division and barred from European competition, leaving the club in disarray. Forest cut down by dodgy ref, Guruceta's infamy. Despite controversy surrounding his refereeing of an infamous 1970s El Clasico, Emilio Guruceta was selected to officiate Anderlecht's UEFA Cup semi-final against Brian Clough's Nottingham Forest. Leading 2-0 after the first leg, Clough's men were defeated 3-0 in the second leg after having a perfectly good goal disallowed and 2 strong penalty appeals waved away. A decade later, a retired Anderlecht official admitted to giving Guruceta an interest-free £15,000 loan in return for him helping Anderlecht reach the final. Guruceta wasn't around to face justice though. He was killed in a car crash in 1987. The Whistle Mafia, referees on the take. In Brazil, the 2005 Whistle Mafia scandal revealed how deeply corruption could penetrate football's officiating ranks. Referees Edelson Barreira de Carvalho and Paulo José Danelon were paid by outside investors to influence the outcomes of 11 top-flight matches, 4 second division matches and 2 Paulista Championship matches. The scandal's messy fallout saw both referees banned for life, exposing the dark reality of how money could compromise the integrity of the sport. Carlos Bilardo, mastermind of the dark arts. Former Argentina boss Carlos Bilardo epitomizes football's dark arts. A midfield enforcer for Estudiantes' cynical 60s side, Bilardo hid needles in his socks to subtly prick foes. As a manager, his tactics grew even more nefarious. Bilardo encouraged players to rub deep heat in opponents' eyes and allegedly offered Brazil doped water during a 1990 World Cup clash. The next logical step for such a mastermind? Politics. In 2015, mysterious Carlos Bilardo Presidente posters appeared in Buenos Aires, cementing his legacy as a true practitioner of football's most underhanded strategies. The doping controversy, a continuing battle. The battle against doping in football is ongoing. The case of Paul Pogba in 2024, a high-profile player caught using performance-enhancing drugs, underscores the persistent challenge of maintaining fair play. Despite advances in testing and regulations, the temptation to use substances to gain an edge remains a significant issue in modern football. Italian betting scandal 2011, lower league corruption. The Italian football world was rocked again in 2011, just a few years after Calciopoli, when a lower league match-fixing operation came to light. A staggering 21 lower division clubs, including Serie A aspirants Siena and Atlanta, were implicated. Sanctions ranged from minor points deductions to fines, reflecting the pervasive nature of match-fixing in Italian football. Faking injuries and deception on the pitch. Theatrics and deception have also played their part in football's dark history. In 2002, Brazilian star Rivaldo was caught play-acting during a World Cup match. After a minimal touch from a Turkish player, Rivaldo fell dramatically, clutching his face to manipulate the referee into issuing a red card. This incident shone a spotlight on the issue of diving, which, while less dangerous than other forms of cheating, still undermines the spirit of fair play and can influence game outcomes significantly. Technological advancements, new forms of cheating. Cheating evolved with technological advancements in the mid-20th century. The 1960s saw Argentinian player Carlos Bardo use needles hidden in his boots to prick opponents, an unprecedented and dangerous tactic. As football's popularity and stakes rose, so too did the pressure to win, leading to the widespread use of performance-enhancing drugs in the 1980s. The legendary Diego Maradona, who tested positive for drugs in 1994, epitomized the era's challenges, casting a shadow over his celebrated career. Drones, a new frontier in tactical espionage. The beautiful game has witnessed some truly bizarre forms of cheating, and the 2014 World Cup saw a unique incident involving drones. During a training session for the French national team, an unmanned aerial vehicle, or UAV, commonly known as a drone, buzzed overhead. Suspicions arose that the drone, believed to be operated by their opponents Honduras, was on a spying mission. While the attempt at tactical espionage might seem comical, with visions of Olivier Giroud attempting to shoot down the drone with a volley, the incident raised serious concerns. FIFA, the governing body of world football, launched an investigation, though it lacked the intensity of a major crackdown. The incident highlighted a new frontier in potential cheating, prompting discussions about regulations to prevent the misuse of drones in the future. Hertha Berlin's art of rule bending. In the mid-1960s, Hertha Berlin elevated rule bending to an art form. German football's wage capping system and strict limits on transfers and bonuses posed obstacles, but Hertha, based in a city surrounded by a wall, found ingenious ways to navigate them. Treasurer-cum-funeral director Gunther Herzog devised a cunning scheme, printing 55,000 match tickets off the books and hiding them in the last place tax authorities would look, his coffins. This audacious ploy allowed Hertha to make underhanded payments to persuade transfer targets to join, demonstrating the length some clubs would go to bend the rules in the pursuit of success. Age fraud, a deceptive tactic for advantage. While most forms of cheating in football involve influencing the outcome of a single game, age fraud is a tactic that can provide an unfair advantage throughout a player's career. This deception involves falsifying documents to make a player appear younger, often targeting youth competitions where younger players are expected to have a physical advantage. One such case involves Cameroonian defender Toby Mimbo. During the 1996 African Cup of Nations, Mimbo's official age was listed as 31. However, upon his arrival in the Turkish league, his age miraculously dropped by nearly a decade. This inconsistency raises serious questions about the accuracy of his reported age throughout his career. Match-fixing scandals, organized crime and corruption. While match-fixing was relatively isolated in the early 20th century, the 21st century has seen it become more organized and pervasive. The 2006 Calciopoli scandal in Italy remains infamous. Widespread match-fixing involving referees, club officials and players came to light, implicating major teams like Juventus. The scandal led to points deductions, relegations and a profound loss of trust in the sport, highlighting football's vulnerability to organized crime and corruption driven by gambling. Early scandals, fixing matches and brutal tactics. Finally, let's return to the early days of football to understand the roots of cheating. In 1915, Manchester United and Liverpool were embroiled in a match-fixing scandal that questioned the sport's integrity. The 1920s saw teams like Argentina's Chacarita Juniors using brutal tactics such as digging holes in their pitch to injure opponents. Players like Luis Monti, known as the Butcher of Barcelona, became notorious for their violent play, exemplifying the ruthless measures taken to secure victory. And that's it for this video. Thanks for joining us as we unearth the history of cheating in football. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more intriguing insights into the beautiful game's past.